It's really hard to know where to start to talk about my journey with Lingotot and Angela in particular as my franchisor. Um, my journey with Lingotot should have been a really, really difficult one. I launched the business in January 2020, and as we all know, 3 months later, everything I had put in my business plan and every venue, every person, every institution that I wanted to work for and with closed down indefinitely. And during those unprecedented times, I feel like my sort of respect for Angela grew so much, because I knew that there were a lot of franchisors out there saying this is going to be really tough and we're going to have to sit it out. But that wasn't the approach that Angela took. She encouraged us and showed us ways to see different bits of opportunity, popping up everywhere. And but she did that by holding regular webinars with different formats and keeping really on top of the legislation so that we didn't have to. And just reminding us of different things we could be doing, holding wellness sessions, having external people come in and talk to us. And it just was such a supportive time where it could have been so isolating. And I feel like that's the main thing I've brought away from Lingotot as a professional decision that I've made, where it could have been the most independent and isolating experience being a business owner. I have felt more supported and surrounded than I've ever felt in my professional life. During that time, during COVID, off the back of a webinar that I had attended with Angela, I launched one of Lingotot's first ever holiday clubs. And fast forward 3 years later, I have been running sellout holiday clubs in every school holiday in my area since that very time. I have a really established customer base, and that has led me to win the contract for taking over the wraparound care at a local primary school. So we run an immersive Spanish after school club for up to 110 children every single weekday of the academic year until 6 p.m, and holiday clubs every holiday. So apart from that being, in terms of revenue, Lingotot's biggest ever contract, it's also the first of its kind. And I feel like where Angela could have called me and said, congratulations, I really hope it goes well, she instead called me, celebrated with me, and invited me up to Durham, which is a long way from Hove, and cleared her diary for 3 days. So we sat around a table. She brought in external specialists to help me with all of the different elements of setting up this new provision. She spent time with me as a friend. She advised me as her franchisor, and she worked with me as a colleague. And that balance has meant that this provision so far has been a huge success and is growing. Every time I think about how this business has become successful, one of the first things I think about is the support that I have received from Angela. She has become a dear, dear friend, and she is the best person I've ever worked with. I'm just so delighted to have her as my franchisor. And I think she is fully deserving of any award that anyone has out there. I'm gushing now. Good luck, Ange.